This is case study number 1, and my name is Kaylee Underwood. So to begin, let's talk about the athlete's profile. Brad is 21 years old. He's an NCAA Division I football player. His position is a defensive back. He is an NFL prospect, and he has 6% body fat. So sport overview and movement analysis. So for the sport overview, we have 4 15-minute quarters, which gives us 2 30-minute halves, and a game typically lasts anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. For movement analysis, based on the defensive back position that Brad plays, he needs to be able to jump, run, cover, and tackle. So common injuries that we see for defensive back, this is taken from the NFL surveys that they've asked all their players. So the most common injuries are injuries to the knee and foot. Injuries with the knee can be meniscus tears, ACL tears, MCL, LCL, also just strains and sprains. And then for the foot, we have ankle sprains, ankle fractures, sometimes even ankle dislocations. For testing results, for the 40-yard dash, he ran a 4.60. Based on the position he plays, I believe that this is something that could be increased. His bench press, where he was able to bench 21 reps at 225 pounds, which is relatively good. His vertical jump is at 31.5 inches, also very good. Broad jump is 133 inches, so we're good there. His 20-yard shuttle was 4.36. This an awesome time, and then his 3-cone drill is 6.88 seconds, which is also something that to me looks like it could be fixed. So looking at some of the programming, so I took this standpoint as in I am training Brad for an NFL Combine, so this is the beginning of our entire annual training program and that I have him for. So we kind of start with the general prep, size, hypertrophy, with strength endurance. Obviously, we know that Brad has played Division I football, so he has been lifting before, but he's starting brand new with me, so we'll go ahead and start the program at this point. So the warm-up will include some dynamic stretching. Then we'll go into agility drills. I think this is needed accordingly just because his 40-yard and his 3-cone time are significantly slower than it should be for the position that he plays. Then we'll go ahead with some banded IYTs, just some shoulder mobility and stability exercise. I went ahead and added some hang cleans and power cleans into here because these are Olympic lifts, which will make him have to be very explosive and powerful, thus helping his speed and help the problematic areas that we're trying to fix. Then we have some goblet step-ups and then lateral step-ups, just adding all those different movements that he'll be replicating within the game. Windway sprints, just to keep up that speed once again. Barbell inverted row. And then banded pull-aparts, also more stability and mobility, also strengthening for the shoulders. Then we have a stability ball hamstring curl. And then that will progress to single leg because we want to do bilateral and unilateral movements, since many times, depending on his position, you may be landing on one leg or exploding off of one leg. Then we'll end up with an earthquake series, just to add some core stability in there. So day 2, we'll go ahead and start with a dynamic warm-up, add some splayed ladders in there once again to kind of help with those quick feet and increase his agility and change of direction. So when he's doing that 3-cone drill, and then some neuros, which is just to help incorporate some plyometrics. We'll go with some RDLs, then single leg RDLs, back squat, then rear foot elevated split squat. Clamshells to just activate those hip muscles, Swiss ball iso hold, planks for about 30 seconds, then to a side plank once again, just to engage that core. And then we'll go into dumbbell walking lunges, and then barbell lunges, and end off with a pal-off hold, and then progress that to a pal-off hold with a twist to add some anti-rotation in there. For day 3, we'll start with our dynamic dumbbell Turkish get-ups. You'll see a lot of times these are used within a football program simply because it's a movement that engages the entire body. So it's very nice to use that at the beginning and allow the athlete to become warm. Then we'll go into some double leg box jumps, progressing to single leg box jumps. Once again, this is the first few weeks that I have Brad for the training program, so we're just going to always progress to things simply because we assume that he's done a lot since he's played NCAA Division I football, but once again, you never want to assume, and the safety of the athlete is a priority. Then we'll go ahead and progress that to a deadlift, and then we'll go into a front squat, then land lateral band walks paired with that, a TRX row, and then single arm TRX row. Once again, bilateral and unilateral, even for the upper body. Simply because maybe one time when he goes to tackle someone, he might be able to get 2 arms on them, and maybe another time he'll only be able to get 1. Then we'll do some dead bugs to engage that core again, and then Nordic falls and progress that to Nordic curls. Something here that I forgot to list, but that we can also do is adding certain tempos to those Nordic falls to make sure that the time under tension that the muscle is getting is relatively long. And then we'll go ahead and finish up with some push-ups for about 10 sets, or 10 sets, and that progresses down, and then it progresses back again. And then here are some references.